Fun with failure.
I'm ex-British military, 845 Squadron, Commando Helicopter Force to be precise. When I left the military, civilian life did not agree with me. So, I went into close protection, specializing in hostile environment and anti-terrorism. I was working primarily in the Middle East. After one long deployment, we were coming through Sri Lanka. Unlike the British, who everyone knows just loves to queue and play by the rules, people in this part of the world don't share the same ideals. So, my team and I were queuing to go through security and a Sri Lankan guy tried to push in, smashing my trolley out of the way. I say, "Oi, pal! Get to the back of the queue!" He then looked annoyed, but ultimately he did what I asked. We next get through security and get to the passport control. Again, the same issue. I politely remind the man that there is a queue system and pointed to the back. They joined the back of the queue whilst giving me the evils. Then my finest moment. Bear in mind I have been deployed for 2 months away from home and fed next to nothing and living in horrendous conditions. I'm tired and hungry, desperate to get home, fed up with the lack of respect for other people displayed in this part of the world. We are queuing for the plane now, and a guy pushes past us, followed with about 10 kids going to the front of the queue. I lose my rag. "Oi, pal!" He turns around and looks at me. "Yeah, you! There's a queue here. Get to the back of it, for God's sakes!" The children all turn around. They were all wearing sunglasses. That's strange. Then I noticed them all with white sticks. Oh dear. He was escorting 10 blind children onto the plane and was given priority. I immediately apologize and proceed to ensure roughly 10 hours of being made fun of, and impressions, and recounting of the tale in various ways, all more embellished than the last, to make it funnier by the team. As per military tradition, the air hostesses who we normally get friendly with, in more ways than one, wouldn't even talk to me or give me any refreshments. To top it all off, I'll probably go to hell. Today, someone hit a piece of equipment in the drive-up at the bank where my wife works and took off. Her car was parked in such a way that her dash cam caught the incident. So I took the card home to pull the video and try to get the plates. She asked me to make her some lunch and bring it back with me when I came with the images for the police. Since a micro SD card is so small, I don't put them in my pocket or set them down, but instead I hold them on my lips if my hands were busy. As I'm making my wife a nice and tasty wrap, I pop an extra pickle in my mouth. That's when I fracked up. I swallowed the fracking card. Luckily, I copied the video files onto my computer so that I could go through them faster. But I deleted them afterwards. Some data recovery later, and I had the images back, but they weren't in great shape, and I lost the plates. I'm a high school senior. I'm what you would call a mischievous student. I brought a magnet, a pretty big magnet, pretty cool looking magnet, pretty fracking strong magnet. I brought said magnet to school. I showed all my friends. We had a test your strength booth that the security guards took part in. Point was to take it off of the locker. Fun stuff. I had the magnet in my hand. I should have had it in the cardboard protective wrapper. I walked into my English class and went straight to my teacher's desk to ask a question. I forgot I was holding the magnet. Said magnet jumped out of my hand and attached to the drawer. All the metal in the drawer jumped to where the magnet was stuck. There were CDs in the drawer. The stuff that flew must have scratched and cracked the CDs. They ended up being unreadable. I was laughing too hard to take it off the desk. The substitute teacher was too weak to pry it off. He called maintenance to remove it, but in the end, the security guards had to come to remove it. I now have a Saturday school detention, and I'm facing a suspension for destruction of property. I feel bad, so I replaced the CDs. Don't bring a magnet to school. Lately I've been messing with EFI, or electronic fuel injection swaps. I was trying to get my uncle's TPI, or tuned port injection, swapped scout to start, and thought, hey, let's put the fuel in the intake. My friend Joel had me pour gas in while he cranked the engine. It fired, it then backfired, and then set the cup of gas in my hand on fire. I stepped back and was like, oh crap, I better blow this out. The fire followed the oxygen to my face, introducing the worst razor burn I have ever felt. I threw the cup on the ground and ran to my fire extinguisher. After struggling for a bit to pull on the pin, I put the fire out and started to clean up. I was about to get in the truck to leave when Joel started laughing his butt off. I looked at him and he pointed at my eyebrows and hair. I looked at the makeup mirror and the visor and realized what had happened. The fire burned off my fracking eyebrows, eyelashes, and made me look like I was prematurely balding. This happened about 5 years ago. I am deathly afraid of spiders and other insects. I don't know where it came from. Maybe watching Eight-Legged Freaks as a child, or Swarms, or Locusts. Anyways, I was playing video games last night with my lights off, focused on a competitive match with my face about 12 inches from the monitor. There I was, last alive on a very important round, and oh my god, this monster dropped from the ceiling. It came in between my face and my monitor. I screamed and ran so fast downstairs that I slipped and slid down the stairs on my back. I grabbed a cup and sprinted back to capture it. Oh crap, it's gone. I'm out. Trying not to wake anyone up. How the noise I made already didn't do that is beyond me. I go to the basement and pace in a circle for at least 20 minutes. After thinking, I said, frack it, I'm moving out and the spider can have my room. I go upstairs and turn the lights on. Slowly open the door and grab my phone, the charger, and haul butt downstairs again. 3 to 4 hours go by and I still can't sleep. Thinking about how this spider's gonna have babies and like 100 of them running on me. I decided I have had enough. This is war. I grabbed a Swiffer broom and wrapped it with duct tape, sticky side out. I put a sweater on and pulled the hood strings so that I could barely see out of it. I was ready. I am now jumping on my bed at 4 a.m. in the morning, looking for this spider while holding a broom in my hand with the lights on. I have no idea what anyone who was looking at me through the window thought. Regardless, after about 20 minutes, I see a dark brown blob on my curtains. Now's my chance. I go to grab it and boom! The thing don't stick. It starts running around on the end of it. I scream again. I throw the broom and break my light bulb with the broom. At this point, my whole family thinks that we're being robbed. My words were, "It's a war zone out here. Go to bed." Then, thinking that I was a loony, just told me to shut up and go to bed myself. At this point, I am mentally and physically broken. But I found wasp spray, and I just sprayed the wall from across the room, basically gassing my room to make it unlivable for about a week until it aired out. To this day, I still feel bad about killing it, but in the end it won like 5 years of my life in trauma. I'm sorry, spider. So, unlike most of the things that happened in the past 2 hours, the pain relief is starting to set in nicely. I have been on rather a nice regular weekly bike ride with some friends. We get back quite late, around 9:30, so I'm pretty hungry by the time I return. Normally I would quickly get changed and jump in the shower, then make food for my brother who is also on the ride with me. However, today my brother beat me to the shower, so I decided, frack it. I'll eat my bib shorts, then I will get in the shower. What could go wrong? So I start to boil the pasta and put the oven on for garlic bread. Feck yeah. Fast forward about 20 minutes, and the pasta is done. The bread is nearly done. I am feeling rather happy with myself, as I have not burnt myself or splashed water on me, while walking around in just bib shorts. Until I get the bread out of the oven. I carry the bread on a pizza tray to the table and dump the bread on a plate. I already have been waiting and started to walk back to the kitchen. This is where I walked into the door frame slightly. The pizza tray hit first, sending the 125-degree clump of metal into my chest. More of an issue, my nipples. The pain was not initial, and I instantly regretted not putting a shirt on. As time progressed, I thought I cheated the burn, until my arm, and the burning sensation began. Upon looking in the mirror, I noticed a greatly spreading red area, burning as it goes. I sent a picture to my girlfriend and I received no sympathy, and a message calling me stupid and that she knew it would happen to me one day. When I eventually got to the shower, I discovered it was horrible with the area burning as the water touched it. 2 hours on and I can get some sleep with some pain relief. I put some burn plaster on with some gel, so hopefully this will heal my poor nipples.